Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be going over what is the best armor, and I'm going to be giving you my opinion, and by the end of this video maybe you can decide what is the best armor for you. So let's get into it here. Okay, so just to point out that sturdy armor, light armor, is just pretty much inferior to heavy armor. If you're going to go for this armor and you just don't have access to heavy armor at the beginning of your playthrough, then it's kind of okay. But level 50 plus, you're probably going to want to try to avoid this armor and go for something heavy at least. So the heavy armors, metal, Raider, and Robot, which I'm showing here, are decent armors, don't get me wrong, but the other two I'm going to show you are much better in my opinion. So although these are good, you probably want to be going for the other two, which I'm going to show. And just to point out too, the Botsmith armor, which you can get from Test Your Metal, is just really an upgraded version of the Robot armor. It is nothing special. Wouldn't be wasting my mods on it for, you know, rolling unyielding or whatever. There's better armors. And the two armors I was talking about is the combat armor and the leather armor. They are both amazing beginner armors, and you can get these before level 50. So that's very nice, and you can definitely invest in these armors. You can get the plans for them by going to the White Springs Mall here on the map. You just click the north entrance, and then you go down to the shopping mall and you can check the vendors. I'll show you the vendors at which I got it at. Keeping in mind you will have to be level 40 to get the heavy combat armor, but you can come out of the vault at level 20, and as soon as you have the caps, you will be able to purchase the heavy leather armor. So the leather armor might be the better choice at the beginning, and then maybe the heavy combat armor. Again, this is where I got it from, was the Responders vendor for the leather armor, I think it was. Yeah, and again, you can get this right out the vault at level 20, which is very nice. Also, with the combat armor, we can come over here to Grafton, and you can purchase the Brotherhood of Steel mod. Now this will greatly increase the damage resistance of the combat armor. Highly recommended if you're going to be using the combat armor. Stud it for leather, which you can get by simply scrapping leather armor. And this is the Brotherhood of Steel combat armor. When it's all leveled up, this is the stats that you will have, which is fairly decent. You can see with the leather armor, its ballistic resistance isn't the greatest compared to the combat armor, but the energy resistance is absolutely amazing, so it's very good as well. Great two beginner armors, along with the engineer armor as well. It has a 10% chance to set melee attackers on fire, and your weapons will break 35% slower. And you can also see that the resistances on this armor is actually pretty decent. So another great armor to get if you're still a beginner. And all you have to do to get this armor is to do a main quest involving the Rose Room. And I will link in the description how to do this. It is very straightforward missions. They're pretty easy. There's a lot of dialogue and a mildly hard boss fight at the end. I will link in the description how to do it. The Chinese stealth armor, one of my favorite armors. Resistances aren't really great, but the stealth and the radiation resistance is absolutely amazing on this. You can get a free set of this by doing the main quest involving Crater and Foundation. Just make sure you're doing all the Foundation missions. You can skip over it if you keep doing the Raider missions. And if you didn't get it through that mission, which I did by accident, you can actually come over here to Samuel at Foundation and purchase it. Just keep in mind it's not going to be cheap. So just make sure you're doing all those settler missions on your first playthrough. And like I said, you will get a free set, which is a plan. So you'll be able to craft it as much as you want. And it is sneaky. I actually snuck up on my friend today. I sent him a message. He was looking for me here. He didn't know where I was. I sent him a message saying, I can see you. And then you can see I popped up from crouching and he just noticed me. It was absolutely hilarious. So as long as you're crouching, you are invisible with this armor. You can see the super mutant just can't even see me. It's absolutely amazing. A lot of fun using this armor. And it's also great in blast zones as well because the radiation resistance. I did a whole queen fight here, and by the end of it, like, that's all the rads I took, which was amazing. I couldn't even believe that the resistance was that good. It's pretty much as good as any power armor or better, which is crazy. Scout armor. There are a lot of different scout armors, but the one I want to talk about is the covert scout armor. I feel like this is the best one, especially if you're going to be a stealth commando type player. It just makes you harder to detect, and you can get that sneak going off a little bit more often, and you will have to get this armor from doing the daily ops. But you can still get some decent scout armor from going to the White Springs bunker here and actually purchasing it from Modus, which I'm going to show here. And even if you have the other scout armor I was just showing, this is where you get the mods for it as well. So you're going to want to come over here eventually. Hopefully you can get the covert scout armor, because it is the better of these ones. The forest and the urban is okay. It's just, unfortunately, it's just not as good as the covert one, which you get from the daily ops. If you're going to go scout armor, covert's probably what you want. And again, it just pairs very well with the fixer, because you will get that sneak attack damage more often than not. You can see the super mutants can't really see me with this either, as long as I'm crouched, as long as I'm not invisible. Okay, so the two best armors, in my opinion, are the Brotherhood Recon and the Secret Service armor. The Brotherhood Recon armor is great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's not as good as the Secret Service armor. I would give the nod to the Secret Service armor, as there is a couple of reasons that I'm going to go into here why it is better. The resistances are almost the same, but it's just easier to get the Secret Service armor. All you have to do is the main quest, and then eventually you will be able to come to this vault here, and you will be able to purchase the plans with gold bullion. And it is a little bit expensive with the gold bullion. You can get it from Minerva as well. You're going to have to purchase the chest piece, the limbs, and the legs. Keeping in mind, you do not need to purchase the helmet. It is 1650 gold. If you really want it, make sure you get it last, because it is not really a must. And I do recommend you use Buttressed as well. Now, with crafting it, when you craft the Brotherhood Recon armor, or you get the plans from it, which is from the daily ops as well, I forgot to mention, you can only like put 3 stars on it by crafting it the 3 stars with 3 modules. And this is why I also say that the Secret Service is a little bit better, because you don't need to do the 3-star thing. You can just simply craft Secret Service armor and hope it's a 3-star. And hope is kind of a stretch, because I'm going to show you here, just by crafting the Secret Service armor, I think I craft 10 of them here. I think 4 or 5 of them was a 3-star anyway. Now, rather than spending 3 modules, it's only 1 module to craft Secret Service armor. Do not re-roll the 3-star. If you need a chest piece to complete your unyielding, just keep crafting chest piece. Do not go over to the stars and craft the 3, because like I said, it is an extra 3 modules rather than just 1. And as you can see here, like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-stars anyway out of 10 attempts. So more often than not, you will get a 3-star anyway, and it's so much better than spending 3 modules rather than 1. I feel like a lot of people didn't know about this, so I'm actually happy to show you this. Do not be wasting those modules, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, the damage resistance on the Secret Service armor is more than you will need. It's, if you're full health, like you can see, a behemoth can just hit you forever. Like they really won't be able to kill you. You'd have to sit here for probably, you know, 2 or 3 minutes at least before the super mutant behemoth would kill you. And it's great for low health as well. I would think most low health people use Secret Service armor unless you're maybe a sneak commando build. And I would feel that most people will agree that the Secret Service armor is the overall best armor in the game. It's hard to beat it. It's just easy to get, and the damage resistances are just through the roof on it. You can't really beat it. In my opinion, it's the best armor in the game, ladies and gentlemen. And I really hope this video helps you guys maybe pick an armor that you're interested in putting some modules into, and maybe clarified a little bit of the differences between them. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a pleasant evening.